It's Tuesday, the 21st of May, 2024. Welcome to the Fast 5 Business News by Fear and Greed, where we give you the top 5 business stories you need to know in just 5 minutes. I'm Michael Thompson, and good morning, Sean Aylmer.
Good morning, Michael.
Sean, 5 stories, 5 minutes, let's go. Story number 1, Star Entertainment is considering an approach from a group of investors led by Hard Rock Hotels and Resorts, which might just provide a last-minute lifeline to the ailing gaming company.
Star share price jumped 18% yesterday after it confirmed it had received inbound interest from several parties regarding potential transactions, one of which included Hard Rock Hotels and Resorts. Under the proposal, Star would be rebranded Hard Rock, according to the Financial Review. The Florida-based Hard Rock operates more than a dozen casinos, including the Mirage in Las Vegas. Star, of course, operates in Sydney, Brisbane and Gold Coast. It's in the middle of a second inquiry into whether it should keep its licence in its home state of New South Wales. It also faces a fine or a potential fine from AUSTRAC, which has accused Star of serious and systemic non-compliance with anti-money laundering laws. Star released a statement yesterday saying the inquiries thus far haven't resulted in substantive discussions.
Sean, all of these problems, all of these allegations, all of the inquiries, if Hard Rock or some other large gaming group got involved, would that actually improve Star's chance of keeping its license?
Bit hard to say, but helping is the fact that the US-based gaming groups have already gone through fairly rigorous vetting in their home country, and you'd hope they'd have practices and processes to address some of the issues that Star is facing. Certainly, if you want to buy a casino in Australia, it's probably not a bad time to shop around. Before yesterday, Star was trading near all-time lows, had a market capitalisation. It was well over $1 billion before yesterday, $1.5 billion by the close. Still a high-risk proposition, though. It still faces questions over whether it will get its licence back. Obviously, the potential for big fines we talked about. Its true value is probably well below $1 billion. That's what analysts are saying. Also, Crown Resorts, which is owned by PE group Blackstone, cut 1,000 jobs across its 3 casinos earlier this month. So times are tough. What it kind of does show is that there is another option for Star, though.
It's a fascinating story. On to story number 2. The share market came close to a record high yesterday on the back of stimulus in the Chinese market. Good news for the big miners.
Yeah, it sure was. Basically, the market finished yesterday at 7,863.7 points. It's about 33 points off its all-time high. BHP, Santos, Woodside, Rio all did really well. This is about the fact that the Chinese government has come out and said we want to do more to help the economy. That's helped a bunch of metals and ores. Iron ore is rising. That's done very well. Copper has hit a new record. Nickel went up yesterday, believe it or not. Gold hit a new record yesterday. Put all that together, you get the miners doing well on the Australian market. Our market is full of miners, hence our market close to a record high.
Story number 3, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese says the Australian Defence Force is ready to fly in to rescue hundreds of Australians who are trapped in New Caledonia amid riots when it's permitted to do so.
Violent protests have broken out in the French-controlled South Pacific Territory amid plans to change voting rules, with at least 6 people killed and many others injured. There are 300 Australians registered with the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade who want to leave the island after the international airport was closed and roads were blockaded by authorities, according to a report in The Australian. Mr Albanese urged those needing rescue to contact the 24-hour emergency support line and said troops were actively waiting to provide assistance once they're granted access into the territory. Mr Albanese said Australia had been in contact with New Zealand to discuss next steps for citizens who are trapped in the territory and flagged that Air Force planes are waiting on standby.
Story number 4, new COVID variants are spreading around the world and stoking fears of a surge in cases over the northern summer. It's the latest sign of the infectious disease's ability to mutate and potentially threaten collective immunity.
One of the latest strains, KP.2, a so-called flirt variant, has become the dominant coronavirus strain in the US since first emerging in early March. In 2 weeks to May, KP.2 accounted for 28% of cases, up from just 3.8% in the 2 weeks to the end of March, according to the latest data from the US Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. 4.5 years after the outbreak of the pandemic, caseloads in the US in recent months have actually fallen close to record lows, according to the Financial Times. But while many infectious disease experts don't expect a surge in hospital admissions, they caution this new cluster of variants could drive a summer wave of infections.
And last one, story number 5, Sean. Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin has resumed sending tourists to space, launching 6 private passengers on a short flight more than 60 miles above the Earth over the weekend.
The passengers included Ed Dwight, a former Air Force captain who was selected as the first black astronaut candidate in 1961, but never got to fly to space with NASA. The weekend flight was Blue Origin's first tourist mission on a New Shepard since August 2022. The company is forced to halt flights of the rocket after one of the vehicles suffered an engine failure mid-flight during an uncrewed mission in September 2022. Basically spent last year investigating it, put something into the air last December, an uncrewed mission that worked well. So they're back to taking space tourists.
There we go. The top 5 business stories in 5 minutes. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, Michael.
It's Tuesday, the 21st of May, 2024. Remember to hit follow on the podcast. And if 5 minutes isn't enough, you can find our longer daily show called Fear and Greed wherever you listen to podcasts, or at fearandgreed.com.au, which is also where you can sign up for our free weekly newsletter. It comes out every Wednesday, so now's a perfect time to sign up. I'm Michael Thompson, and that was the Fast 5 Business News by Fear and Greed. Have a great day.